All right, if you're a Predator fan, I'm trying to word this for people that know about the statue. If you know about this statue, you already know what's going on. But for anyone who may have just watched this video or clicked on this video just out of curiosity, and you know nothing about collectibles or little to nothing about this company or what they got going on, they make very high-end, very big, very detailed, high-quality statues for very serious collectors that are the price of a used car, like a beater, for example. But this is for serious collectors, and they just revealed the film accurate Jungle Hunter version. We're going to look at the images here, and I'm in love. This thing is incredible. Of course, it's $3,000. If you're serious, though, you're going to pay another $1,000 for shipping. I shit you not. I never in my wildest dreams 5 years ago, when I reviewed a $300 statue that I thought was insane at the time. I remember reviewing it being like, I got a $400 clicker statue from the Last of Us video game, and at the time I was like, man, it's a good thing it was just under 400, or I wouldn't even have reviewed it, because that's ridiculous to pay that much. Little did I know, they even made shit like this. But over the years, I've been looking into it, and yeah, this shit is insane. But you get your money's worth. You really do. I think back in 2019, I got this idea for a video to review a high-end statue. Going from reviewing a $400 statue to something that cost easily over $1,000, I thought it would be a great video. Well, I got my hands on a Jungle Hunter comic version that is going to be here at the end of this month or the beginning of next month, and we're going to review it. It has 4 different heads: closed mouth, open mouth, the prototype, and then the original mask. It's going to be here. Now, you may think it looks similar to the one I'm showing you now. It's the same concept, but it is a comic book version. This is a film accurate version, so the paint app's a bit different, but it looks the same. As a matter of fact, one of the faces used in this open, I'll show you in a second, but one of the faces used, this open mouth, is actually identical. This one here, they used the same sculpt for this. I know some people online were saying, oh, it's the same, it's a Jungle Hunter, so of course it's going to look identical. But no, you can actually match up every single little wrinkle, and it's physically impossible for 2 different sculptors to sculpt a Predator. They may look identical because it's a Predator, but you're not going to get every little wrinkle on the mandibles identical. It's impossible. So it is confirmed. We did a matchup of the images, but we're going to take a look at this. Stay tuned, though, and subscribe if you want to get a really in-depth look at the comic book Jungle Hunter version. I'll be reviewing that later, but we're going to take a look at this one here. For anyone who's totally new, if you're serious and you want to put your money where your mouth is, you can do a payment plan right on Prime One. That's the people who are actually making the statue. Or you can go over to Big Bad Toy Store or another reputable retailer that you know. Big Bad, you paid a $3,300. It looks like $3,335, and they'll only charge you $4 in shipping, from what I hear. They only charge $4 for shipping for everything. So, but the secret is that's why you're paying an extra $300. That's actually the hidden shipping fee, but I'm cool with that. I mean, that's how they do it. But there's one with less stuff. I'm not even going to look at that. In my eyes, if you're going for this, you either get it all or what's the point? So we're going to take a look at the images here. I do want to start off with what I and a lot of others would love to get, and that would be a closed mouth version of the film accurate Jungle Hunter. Now, I know primarily in the movie when he removes his mask, it's only for a short period. He has more of like a semi-open, relaxed mouth. But there's a few times like where he's tinkering with the spikes before he realizes it's a trap. When he's fighting a Dutch, one of the most memorable moments. It's a faraway shot. It's probably a shot they weren't even thinking about will be memorable. But Dutch is like running away, about to jump on a stone thing. And for a split second, you see the Predator's face unmasked at distance. And the way the shadows fall, he looks evil. The way his brows are just the way his face is structured. I would love a closed mouth look for the Predator. But We don't have that in this version. We have, I just put backdrops together just for images. We're going to start it here. Like I said, I am going to review this one on the right. It is the big game cover art Predator, and this is a size comparison. This guy is going to be huge. That's why when you hear $3,000, I took a tape measure and I was like, yo, let me see how big this bad boy is going to be. I think it's like 35 inches or something like that. And I put it up to my shelf and I was like, holy shit, it is 3 shelves on my bookcase back there. That's how big he would be. So he would be huge. He has this base. It looks incredible. Here's some of the more promo ones with some of the effects. What's really amazing is some of the artistic shots. They make it look like this right here. They make it look like this. Where'd it go? This photo shoot for the original movie. And I think they did a fantastic job. Here's a picture of what I was talking about before where the Predator has his mouth closed. If they did one like this, and even if you had to buy it for a few hundred extra bucks, that would be one I would even grab. Let's just say you can just grab that alone because they're starting to do that with a few different statues, but that would be awesome. I think some fans would just buy that head itself. They did it with Pennywise. They did it with Joker. But anyhow, yeah, the way they shot those promo images, we'll see it in a minute. They do it with the statue, and it's incredible. Anyhow, this was an update that I am in love with because when they first revealed it, the first thing I said was, I said this to my friend, the Details biomask. I said, no one ever gets the Predator's mask right. That's because we want to update it because back then they did it so quick. It was a last minute thing. It was supposed to be a different design. And instead of, sculpting and doing adjustments to the mask because they made the mask, they just made it look like it was like water effects. I would even argue the water effects on the chin actually is supposed to be like the way it is. I don't even think it's supposed to be indents there. I think it was actually just supposed to be like weathered water effects from going in the water and all that and the electrocution because he has like it's this right here where it's like burned into the mask. And then there's like a gunshot mark here. Well, when everyone does this, they tend to indent it. They tend to upgrade it when they do the sculpting, but they added a mask where it is painted on just like in the movie. But I love the fact that they don't say, oh, never mind, we're taking the detail one away and we're going to give you the movie accurate, even though that would be amazing too, because I'm more into what's screen accurate. I love the fact that they say, look, if you feel like it, if you love it in hand, you can use the biomask right here. I mean, hell, this is big enough to where you got 2 masks here. You can use one of them for your display somewhere. I guarantee I'm always going to have both of them displayed, either one on the base and one somewhere in the room, because it's too friggin' awesome to not use it with something. But I love that they give you the props, they're calling it, screen accurate mask, and then the one with the indents and the details. And who knows, you might think that looks better when it's up on display. Also, as a bonus, and this is for the deluxe version, they give you Billy's spinal cord. Now, I know a lot of fans are saying, yo, we want it in the other hand, blah blah blah. I get it, but I don't care. Again, I'm screen accurate when it comes to what I love. And he used his right hand to rip out Billy's spinal cord. He used his right hand, and it was the same hand, because I remember I can picture it with the wrist blades. So I love this there. He yanked it out when he was standing up on the tree, and I think this is a fantastic addition to add to the deluxe, and he looks friggin' awesome. I understand it would look cool in the other hand. It would be in the forefront, not really in the back, but the way he's displayed, I don't think you have to kind of keep him there so it's hiding you can tilt him and move him and adjust him your own way. But he looks friggin' incredible. And this right here is that props mask, and it looks great. You don't see the indents from the details here. It looks just like the movie. It's fantastic. You got details inside the cannon there. You got some of the green that's on the metal. That's often overlooked. I will say though, with all my compliments I give, I guarantee you there's one thing that I can foresee in early pictures when people start getting this in hand. I'm starting to get an eye for what sometimes people mess up in the painting process when it comes to the factories. The green on the armor, I guarantee you there's going to be splotches of green that are not going to look blended in at all. At least on some, maybe some early pieces, I don't know. For the price, you would expect everything to come out just being perfect, but I guarantee you somewhere along the lines, because that always seems to happen, it comes out early and there's pictures of stuff, the lighting, how it is, and it's like, yikes. Anyhow, so here he is, standing there. You got a nice little greenery behind him. You got the water. We're going to take a look at that in coming images. But, man, he looks friggin' amazing with this upgraded piece. And here's the bonus items that you get when you order directly from Prime 1, or if the website you're ordering from says that you'll get the bonus items. You get Mac's skull. That's the guy who he shot when he was looking for him. And then the Jim Hopper's dog tag. You get a right-hand part and a left-hand part. Now, the right and left is probably the one I will use because I love that look at the Predator thumb. Again, screen accurate. The actor, I believe, couldn't even bend his thumb in the costume, and that's what gave the Predator that iconic look. Even in the $30 Predator action figures from NECA, they have the closed hand with the thumb sticking out. It's just, an iconic look now. We get some of the more, the touched up images I might not look at, but here's a nice image of part of the tree root that we're going to see. You could possibly put the dog tags on that. That's pretty cool. Here's a close up look at Mac's skull. And it is, for anyone who cares, it is the same exact skull that they're using on this Predator. See how he has skulls here? It is, we lined it up and it matches perfectly, unless they're using that as an example and they're going to sculpt their own new type of skulls. I don't know if that matters. For me, it doesn't matter. But if you have the cover art, it's going to be the same skull. I don't think that really matters. Anyhow, here's the bonus arm, just a closer look, and he looks great, man. He looks fantastic. It would be kind of cool. I know fans would yell, but it would be kind of cool if one of his nails was kind of like folded in half in the actual sculpt and kind of hidden there. Because when you go back and rewatch Predator, one of the little flaws in that otherwise flawless movie, when the Predator's fixing his wounded leg, if you look close enough, you can actually see the nail or the spike on his fingernail, it actually folds in half because it's just rubber. So when he goes to grab something, you'll see it just fold in half. It looks it looks goofy, but I've watched that movie enough. I can't help not notice it now. Here's just an idea of how they updated the sculpt, and I'll say I agree with the update of the sculpt. Before, I didn't have a problem with it. I can see how maybe in the painting process it could get overblown with, depending on how they painted it and weathered it. What they did, if you can't tell, is I just want to make sure I'm constantly getting it in frame. What they did, if you can't tell, is see how wrinkly, that's basically it. See how wrinkly and defined the wrinkles are? They lightened up. It's photoshopped, but in the final version, they're going to lighten up a bit because that is pretty wrinkly. That's all they did. That's it. Now, I know the waist was looking heavy, looking chunky, looking kind of fat. Now, when I first saw this statue, that's what I thought. I thought Predator looks a little fat, but he's not. What's actually going on here is it's the way he's standing. You could see a picture of the Predator when you're looking dead at the actor, and what you're doing is looking at his chest and his waist. But right here, you're looking at the Predator creature when he's turned to the side, kind of. So instead of looking dead on and seeing the slim Predator from the chest on, the Predator's kind of tilted now. So you see some of this extra back muscle, the extra metal from this thing, and it gives it the illusion that he's fat. So in my opinion, I think he looks great, and that's when you look at all the different angles. I'm not complaining at all about how he looks. Here's the open mouth. Man, that looks freaking epic. And I love the fact that it's right before the final fight. Here's those images where it's colored like what I showed you before. Right here, for example, they have the similar coloring to the photography. Yeah, I love that. That's a great idea. They did a good job too. I think they, if I remember right, I think they even used some of the background images. And look at that unmasked portrait, man. Oh, man, that looks so fucking cool. And real quick, because most of you probably know, but this is the prototype mask. This is the mask they were going to originally use for the movie, but they thought it was too detailed and it gave away too much hints. I think they're wrong on that, but I'm glad they decided against it. It is a cool mask, but it's nowhere near as cool as what we got in the final version. This is a cool mask, and I'm almost positive we matched up this mask to, again, the quarter scale Jungle Hunter that I'm getting later this month. It's the same exact sculpt. Again, it doesn't matter though, because even if you had a new sculptor come in, it's pretty much essentially what it is. When you get it screen accurate, it is what it is. Anyhow, here's an up close on one of the semi-open. I think this is there's semi-open and then there's wide open. This is the semi-open face sculpt, and he looks pretty damn cool. I like what they got going on here. You got the quills, you got this paint job, and if you take notice to the paint job, I love how it fades in, and this is really important, getting the black and the fade in here, and then having it blend together around the outside. It's really, really important. So I hope the final production quality is going to look as good, especially how they do the the coloring on the arms and all that. This is one of my favorite parts. This is the deluxe. I believe the deluxe, the shoulder cannon can go down when it's not in use in the movie. It goes down. I believe only the deluxe can do that. I'm pretty sure the other version comes with a shoulder cannon, but it's only up, or it might not even come with a shoulder cannon at all. I think it does though. Anyhow, and that's something I don't know yet. Can you display this without the shoulder cannon? There's a part of me that's a little worried that no, you have to display it with the shoulder cannon, because again, when you have the mask off and it's the final end of the fight, the shoulder cannon wouldn't be screen accurate. But anyhow, I love the design of the we don't find out in this movie, but it's like a medical unit. There's other additional stuff and equipment in this backpack here, and I freaking love that. I don't think they had that in mind when they first designed them, but they ended up showing that with Predator 2. But especially with the first Predator, I friggin' love how he's got the the Predator 2 is different, but it's the same kind of idea, because his is smaller. I'm not a big fan of that one, even though I like it too, but the first one with the shoulder here and how this shoulder pad is designed, and then the back of the plasma cannon, oh, I love it. Yeah, look at the detail and the paint work. This guy looks friggin' incredible. I don't know what more to say there. Same, here's the prototype mask. We're just getting the same images again. Actually, I just realized here's what it would look like if you toss the skull. I wasn't paying attention before, but if you put the skull on the base and then him holding another Billy's spine, it's going to look pretty damn cool. Yeah, this guy looks amazing. Now, here's everything for the deluxe version. You're going to get fisted, left hand fisted, right hand. You're going to get an open, really like the look of the open hand. You're going to get an open left and right hand. You're going to get the prototype mask. You're going to get the semi-open face sculpt. You're going to get the fully open face sculpt. You're going to get the original mask head portrait. You're going to get the shoulder cannon that will be able to sit upright and fold down. You get an alternate red labeled nameplate, which is my personal favorite. I'm not a big fan of the silver one. It might look a little more high class. The black and red looks a little more cheaper, but I don't give a shit. It's black and red for me. That's how I remember the promotion for buying the movie back in the day. And then you get the removable face mask of two of them. You get one that's a detailed face mask, and you can remove it and put it on the display for when he takes it off in the movie and drops it next to him to fight Dutch. You get a props version and a detailed version, and then you get the other thumb fingers, whatchamacallit, thumb sticking out, and you have the wrist gauntlet that lights up. You got the plasma cannon that lights up, and you got the targeting system that lights up. Holy shit, this thing is packed. If they do add a closed mouth, look at that base though, man. From looking up down, man, an overhead shot, that looks fucking amazing. But whatever I was saying before, I forget. What was I saying before? The lighting system and oh yeah, if they do add a closed mouth head sculpt, it'll probably be something where you buy it and it'll come with like a little bit of a chest plate and like some Predator, like a mini bust of some type. I think it would be really cool though if it was more of a trophy piece look to it, something like that. More like a, what is the? It's a word for like an ornamental, whatever. Anyway, let's keep it moving. I love this. I'm getting distracted because that looks friggin' amazing. So here's all the swappable parts. I guess I got a little too excited. You got the two different head sculpt unmasked. You got the two different masked. You got the the helmet biomask you can set on the base itself. Open, closed, closed, open. And then you got the up and the down and the two nameplates. Yo, that's fucking, that'll be like a kid on Christmas opening this thing, yo. Look at that. How many of you watching this video is actually buying this? Let me know. The one good thing about this is it's not releasing for at least 1 year. At the very least, knowing how things usually go with the high-end stuff, it'll be 2 years. It took 2 years for the quarter scale, and I'm guessing it'll probably take about 1.5 at the absolute minimum for this thing to release. So that would be, let's say late 2022, you'd be getting it. So it gives you 1.5 years to come up with the money. So it's up to you. Anyway, here's an awesome look at the heads. Plus, when you get the deluxe, you don't have to just leave the heads in a box. You actually get little stands to put the heads on. Here's a closer look at the stands. I do like these a little bit better than the ones they used for this big cover art. See here? Yeah. Something about them. This looks weird. This looks like it's just not even. I don't know. It just looks off. This looks a little more even. There's just something about it. I like that a lot. Here's him again on the base. Man, look at that. Yeah, with the open hands, looks friggin' awesome. It looks like he's ready to fight. And I know a lot of people said it's too similar to the Cinema Cat. If you look at the Cinema Cat, and then you look at, let me make sure I'm showing, the Cinema Cat, and then you look at this bad boy. Here's a better version, Cinema Cat, and then this bad boy. Cinema Cat is skinnier, it's more stylized, and he's got one hand open, one hand closed. Now, the Cinema Cat does not have any switch outs. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you can't even put a different head on him, like a closed mouth or a masked head sculpt. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. You might be able to do that. I don't remember seeing images. I only remember seeing images of it like this. And that one, I think, was, I think that statue now is like crazy, like $5,000, $7,000. But like I said before, I wouldn't even go for anything like that. But this has me seriously considering working some overtime, selling some drugs. I mean, something's got to give. You know what I'm saying? Anyhow, here's the Predator displayed with the different masks. You've got, I'm going to burn through some of these and wrap it up, but you've got the greenery behind him, and he looks cool from behind. I think the cover art Predator looks good from almost every angle. From this Predator, there's a part of the back of him where I wouldn't even be interested to have a little bit of that showing. It'd be cool to look at it, but I want to see this guy head on or from the side because that just looks amazing there. Man, look at that. Here's the details mask and some fantastic paintwork here. The gums. Now, I really hope the gums come out looking like they do or close to the prototype, because I was not happy with how the production images looked with the cover art gums. I don't think I'm going to be happy with those when I review it. But here's a tease for the part 2, and I think this would be like the ultimate entrance to like um, a Blu-ray room or movie room, theater room, home theater room is the word as I was looking for. You walk in and you got Predator 1, bam, from Prime 1, chilling at like the end of the movie. And then you got, bam, Predator 2 sitting here with the staff or the smart disc. You can have him with his breather mask. You can have him with a damaged arm maybe, where he's got his arm cut off. He's got the open mouth where he's roaring. He's got a closed mouth. He's got the mask. Man, look at that. So it's pretty much 4 heads, open, closed. You have the original mask from Predator 2, and then you have the breather, which is like a half a mask. That would be friggin' awesome with this base design here that it looks like it might be like the end of like a tall building, how they have a cinematic like when he was similar to how he was in the movie. I think that's when the lightning was striking, right? That looks friggin' awesome. Anyhow, back to the Predator. I think this is a picture of the actual Prime 1 statue itself, and it looks similar to the Predator cover of the DVD like years ago. They did such a good job on this guy, man. Here's a close-up of the dog tags. You have his thumbed fist. I don't know what to call that, with his thumb poking out. But that just shows you how it all lights up. And a little bit closer, look at it. I like the fact that it's not all smooth. I like the fact that it has those in the sculpt and they're not relying on the paint job, because it's easy for them to keep it smooth, but it looks like the skin itself has texture to it. I really dig that. Now there's a close-up image I'm looking for of because I'm going to say the same thing over and over. Oh my God, it's amazing. Look at that. That's amazing. Look at that. But there's a close-up image of the base. And I really want to get to that. Yeah, this guy looks so good from so many different angles. Look at that. Look at that with the side profile there. Oh man, that looks so fucking cool with the mask on the ground. But they just wanted to keep every single picture they took. I don't think they threw away a damn picture. There's hundreds of them. Okay, so here's where that tree thing is, by the rock here with the mask with the details. Yeah, look at how that looks, man. That looks fantastic. It's got to be coming up any minute now. And here, behind him, I like how they have, it looks like little rocks, little pebbles in his skin, don't it? But I like how it's textured and you got the quills coming out. I love this look of the backpack here. From the shoulder cannon, that design itself, and the teeth are a big thing. I know I wasn't impressed with the pictures I saw of the big game version of the Jungle Hunter, the comic version. The teeth are the one thing that can make or break it for me. If the teeth are too dark, if they don't do it where it is tapered there's a gradient where it's dark around the bottom and it gets cleaner, whiter, yellower, that cream color towards the tip, it don't look as good. They got a really good thing going on with the teeth, and I hope it all comes out good. The mask looks just like the movie. The prototype looks as cool as the behind-the-scenes images, and the prototype was in part 2 as well. The side profile, all these images look friggin' amazing. You could see where they lightened up the wrinkles on the belly, though. But yeah, every angle, the details look stunning. Is a close-up of the mask on the rock, which is cool, so you can see where it'll lay. And the Predator base. This is the one I prefer. I really like that. It clips in, it looks like, where you could switch them out. Here's the different heads again. Every picture. I am a little concerned about the eyes. If I could be concerned about anything in this, it's the eyes. Something there makes me nervous how it's going to be done production-wise. So I will say the green on the armor and the eyes, I'm calling it now. Those are two things I'm worried about. Yeah, this is definitely a video for super fans because it's way too long for no reason. Where's the damn picture of, look at that, yo. Oh my God, look at that. That is fucking sexy. Where's the picture of the fish though? Man, look at these images. That looks incredible. You get a good, this is one of the best images by far. And you see his body, see the proportions, what I mean when you're looking at the Predator dead on. If I had another image just real quick, this video is already long enough the way it is. But when the actor is sitting on set, perfect. When the actor is sitting and he's chilling on set, when you're looking dead on, you can see like the slim body because you're looking dead on. Once you start turning them sideways, you're going to see part of the shoulder here and part of how it thickens out because you're looking at an angle. So now you go from this and you can see he doesn't look as chunky because it's the angle actually playing games. I don't have one of the actor, I don't think, you know, in a similar angle look, but here's that prototype mask. This is behind the scenes of the first movie. They were going to use this prototype mask, but they decided to change it and use this one. Again, I think this one is friggin' incredible. And look at how similar it is to this. Man, that looks so good. There was one more behind the scenes in case you're interested. You can see the marks from, I'm assuming, gunfire, getting hit with bullets. It's really blackened here. This is really weathered here. I don't know if I would want it that weathered, but I mean, hell, maybe the up here can be a little more weathered in this version. Nah, it looks pretty weathered. I am worried about that green. He looks fucking cool, though. He looks really cool. Okay, real quick, though, I'm going to zoom in and show, because I know someone's going to go, oh, they didn't use the same head sculpt. We actually took a specific close-up of this head sculpt, and then we took a specific close-up high-res image of the big game cover art for anyone who is interested. There's a specific indent right here. There's 2 sharp points. I think it's 3 sharp points here, and that's wrinkles in the sculpt. All these different little bit of wrinkles, all these wrinkles right here. This indent in the chin. There's a specific wrinkle right here in the upper mouth. 2 sculptors are not going to sit down and get the same wrinkle, not just one similar wrinkle, but they're not going to get every single wrinkle exact. There's no way. These wrinkles aren't screen accurate. They're not going in there going, the wrinkle needs to be like this, and then this, and then this. No. The mandible has to look like the screen, and then they go in there and put some wrinkles. But everything lines up perfectly. There was something else, too, just to give you an idea of how it lined up. But this was more pronounced in the image we used, but it was this mixed with this and these. And there was something else here, too, I remember on the side. But if you are curious, yes, it's 1,000% the exact same head sculpt. It's just painted different. One's painted. Look at, now we're getting to the base. Let me shut up. Look at this base, yo. Look at that. Wow. Look at that. That looks fucking awesome. And then you have the resin, pond water here. You got a little scorpion hiding. You got a snake hiding. Oh, we've seen pictures like this before. Let's get on with it. You could see what I'm talking about with the little wrinkle here. And then here, this is actually, I think, the one that we were able to line up. See these pointy folds here? We were able to line that up with the big game cover art. Look how cool that looks. The back of his dreads. There might have been, I may have doubled up some of these pictures because some of them are starting to look, some of them are definitely starting to look, no, I don't think so. Some of them do look like we've been here already, but here's some close-up ones. And, okay, we get a crotch shot. It looks like it's soft goods around the crotch. Yeah, everything. It's painted wonderfully. And I was looking at the trophies around his, on his necklace. They look great, too. That opens up. That's freaking awesome. Where his foot stands, it's awesome. I'm wondering if the feet are built into the base. That makes sense because it is a big one. Look at that base, though. Here's that scorpion. I think the scorpion looks cool. The spine here, that's not a human spine. People keep saying make it bigger, but it's not human. It's a different species. His little pouch here looks great. his loincloth again. It actually looks like it's soft goods, and it really might be soft goods. I didn't pay attention to that if they mentioned it. On the quarter scale, it's not. It's resin, but uh, look at that, man. That looks so friggin' good. You got the rock here, the stick. There's the scorpion. The snake is somewhere. It might be back here. And in this water, there's actual fish. There's the snake. See, the snake is like a little hidden Easter egg back there. And it looks fucking awesome. But here's the fish. This shit is fire. Look at that. They got fish hidden in the clear resin. And then the rocks underneath. Bro, this shit is, and now you know why when you say originally it's $3,000, you think what? Why would you pay $3,000 for a statue? And then you start piece by piece and you understand, oh my god, this isn't just a statue. I mean, it's a friggin' work of art, even though it's mass produced in a way, because there's not 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. There is actually. I think there's going to be about 1,200, 1,300 of these made. Maybe even 1,500 at the absolute most. But I think the big game made it to 1,000 total. That's 800 deluxe and 200 standard. You might see a similarity here where I would imagine around 400 standard and let's say a good 1,000. Let's just say I'm gonna go with 1,500, 500 standard, and 400 standard. Sorry, and 1,100 deluxe. That's what I'm gonna go with. I'll explain why at another time. I don't think their 1,000 cap is a limit, to be honest. I think they put 1,000 cap. They put a 999 limit on it. I don't think they did. Well, maybe they did, but I don't think they did that to add a real limit. I think they did that to kind of make people afraid of missing out, to be honest, because it is a bit pricey. But the snake is painted better, a lot better than the quarter scale. This thing all around, like, that looks amazing. I mean, fuck, man. The plants don't look that great, but I don't think fake plants ever look that great. But they look good for what they are. Here's that silver Predator logo. Silver one looks cool too. I'm just into the black one. This is silver here. I don't know if you could. Yeah, it's silver there, but I like the red one. What did I say? The black one? I like the red one. Is that the end of it? Okay, that is the end of it. All right. So that is the $3,000 Prime 1 Studio Predator statue. That is, Predator fans are going nuts for, especially in the high-end statue community. Here's that 999 limit. Again, I have a sneaky suspicion they're trying to make people afraid of missing out, and that's why they did that. But if you are interested in getting this, I would recommend go deluxe. Why? You're already spending, I think it's like $2,500. You're already spending $2,500. Slap on another $500 and just get all those extra bonuses. When you look at the extra bonuses, you're getting the shoulder cannon that could go down. You're getting the 2 different biomasks to put on display and to wear. You're getting the extra thumb hands. You're getting the extra is it 2 alternate heads? You're getting the head that what are you getting? You're getting 2 alternate heads. I forget how they mix it up. This is ridiculous. A 40-minute video. I'm nuts. No one's watching this. So let's go over to the $2,500 one. If they show a picture with everything that you get, let me see. Yeah, right here. So everything you get for the $2,500 one, you get the wide open unmasked, you get the biomask, you get a headstand for whatever head you don't want. I think that's awesome. They at least give you a headstand. You get the open claws and you get the fisted hands. It lights up and you get the the silver logo placard, but everything else still lights up. So I think that's still good for what you're possibly getting here. Compared to the extra 500, you could take a look here. It gets you 2 additional heads, the different plate here. You get the, like I said, the shoulder cannon, an additional set of hands. Yeah, right here. So it's really up to you if that deluxe. I think deluxe is worth the extra money. But this whole thing is nuts, though. Like I said, I went from thinking a $400 statue I reviewed was nuts a few years ago. I think it's like 4 years ago. To now I'm like, yeah, this is nuts. But it's so fucking beautiful. If you're an Ultimate Predator fan, good luck. Go and ask about working overtime, and I'll see you back here in 2 years, and we'll see whether you got it or not. Wish me luck. All right, leave your thoughts and opinions in that comment box. I'm out of here.